Come with me as I set up GreenStalk number 14. Hello everyone and welcome to Kim's Cozy Corner. Y'all look what I got. I got my GreenStalk box. I've been waiting on these GreenStalk supplies for a little over a week and they finally came, and I am going to put this GreenStalk together, well, my last GreenStalk number 14, together with you. I guess the first thing I need to talk about is what I ordered. I already have 13 green stalks throughout my garden, and I have a 14th green stalk that we're going to put together. But since I changed my green stalks, so they usually come 5 high for the original or 7 high for the leaf planters, even though they're selling them 3 high now in the original. I purchased mine at the 7 or at the 5, which is too tall for me. So I've reduced the height of my green stalks, which gives me extra tiers to make more green stalk vertical planter towers. So I have enough parts and pieces to make tower number 14, minus a few things. So I had to order a couple of things. One of the things that I needed to order was an additional spinner so that we can turn the tower around so that it could get sun equally on all sides. And y'all, this is nice. I think this spinner is nicer than my older ones. I think they've upped the design just a little bit. I also needed the top watering container because I needed an extra one since I created 14. So here's the top watering container, because I guess you can tell we're putting together a green one. And of course, I'm going to get a watering lid to go on top of it, right? Of course, right? We want to keep all the bugs and the dirt and the debris and the trees and anything else that might be falling from the sky outside of our green stalk. So we definitely wanted the lid to cover it up. And I love this new lid design, y'all. So those are the pieces that I needed, and the little hose to go on the spinner. This ultimate spinner has a place to put the hose on it so you can direct the water where you want it to go. All right, now that's what I needed. Now what I wanted was a few more of this new design of trellising. And I love the new design. They come with this pretty pink bow on it. Let's take the bow apart. And so I ordered a few more sets of these trellising systems. And I will need trellising on this green stalk, I believe, but not this style system. But I have places in the garden for these to go. That's what I ordered. The first thing I need to do, though, is determine where I want to put this last green stalk. And I'm going to talk through it, and I'm going to talk out loud so at least you can hear my thought process. So originally, I was thinking about putting it over here in this corner right here. But that's not balanced, y'all. It needs to be balanced. So this right here is an okra in a nice clay colored pot, but I got 2 of them, and it's got to be balanced. So I need to put one pot here and one pot there, which means I have to find somewhere else for my green stalk to go. And I have an idea. So I'm going to think through this out loud. If the sun comes up there and it's going to go that way, I definitely want this green stalk to get full sun, even though the sun, of course, isn't shining at the moment. Of course, it went behind a cloud because I'm talking about the sun. You know, that thing's scarce these days. It plays hide and seek way too much for me. But anyway, I want it to get full sun. And since I want my garden to be balanced, and I know it's in my mind, but I feel like it needs to be balanced, I think right here would be perfect. It's going to get full sun, at least this year, all day, because there's a tree that's going to stay super small. There's a dead tree right there, so I don't have to worry about that growing up and being in the way. There's nothing to the south, which means full sun all the way. And there's nothing close over here that's gonna shade it out. And the planter that's just behind me, this planter won't shade out that planter. So I think we're good. We found our home. Let's move it into place. Well, at least let's move the paver in place where we plan on putting this. So this is the new home, like right here. So this is the new home. Let me get my gloves and let's start with the paver. I think this is gonna work, y'all. But one of the things that I gotta do is I have to level it, and it's not leveled yet. Man, is that level? Now I choose to use pavers to help level my planters just because I know my ground's not level in any way, shape, or form, not yet anyway. I got pea gravel coming into this space here, which will help level out the low spots, but I don't have that yet. But this planter will be set up today. I've been very patiently waiting to do this. So, is this the right spot? Yes, this is the spot. I have to be careful because I will have vining things over there, but I think this is it, y'all. This is where I want it. Yep, this is the spot. We'll put one tier on it. Y'all, that does look pretty level. All I needed was one little piece of broken up concrete. I'll take it. Let me go ahead and move all my pieces over here and then we'll talk about what we're putting in it. So, I think I have everything. The fertilizer, the Mykos, the plants. Let's talk about what's going in it. Okay, y'all, I brought some options. I have a tray of all kinds of stuff right here and a little bit of everything. I brought some of everything so I can try to figure out what I want to put in here. And y'all, at this very moment, I still haven't made my mind up. We'll put it in and we'll see what we end up with. I only have one original tier. This is going to take my larger plants. So we are going to put in here an eggplant. Now I've gotten to the point where I don't even have name tags anymore, y'all. It gets, once I initially start the garden, oh, I'm so perfect. I label everything. Oh, let me back up. I have potting soil in each of these already. I did that a few days ago because I wanted to put it together. Let me put the fertilizer in first as we determine what we want to put in this deep tier. We definitely want larger plants in here. So I'm gonna put some fertilizer in each pocket. Look at this, I don't have to get up. I just spin the pocket to me. No need in moving around the pot. I got the fertilizer in. In this pocket, I believe I put in an eggplant already. But y'all, it's not happy and it's tiny. So guess what? I'm gonna put another one right beside it. You should not put two eggplants in one pocket. But I am because I don't think that one's gonna make it. I'm gonna put my Mykos in next. Mykos is in at least this one pocket. We will put this eggplant in. I only grew two varieties, but the name tag's long gone, so I can't tell you which one it is. It's either Diamond or whatever that other brand was or other variety was, and I don't remember. What I do remember about it though was that it was a round eggplant. So that's what we're putting in. And I let dirt go down this hole. And I am going to intentionally now remove this. And clean it up because I do not want anything to impede the drainage of this unit. I used to do a little trick To keep dirt from falling down the hole, I'll put a glove over it. Just anything to keep dirt from going down in that hole. All right, so we have eggplant in. We are going to put in, ooh, I have one pepper. Y'all, that was probably a diamond eggplant because there's a diamond tag. That little baby one, it was probably diamond. And it looks like I had one here and it's gone. I'm going to put a serrano in here. So I'm going to put a pepper. There are 6 pockets to each level. Yes, serrano is hot. No, my family's not going to eat it, but I have friends who will. This has a beautiful root structure. And this particular pepper right here, y'all, when it was growing, I cut the top center out of it and it sent out side shoots. There's like 3, 4, 5, 6 side shoots coming off of this. So it should be shorter and bushier, hopefully, hopefully. So the center is gone and these are all coming from the side shoots. So anyway, I pulled the bottom of that plant off and I'm going to plant this pepper back to the depth it already was. Being careful not to plant it too far back because I do have to set the other one on top and we don't want it to pinch. So that's 2 of my 6 pockets. What else are we going to put down here? I don't want to waste this pocket on a flower because I can put those higher up. I don't want to waste this pocket on anything that doesn't need that extra depth. So we will put in, what is this? This is a cauliflower. So we'll add a cauliflower down here. It might be a little late to be planting cauliflower, just to be honest with you. But I have them, so let's just put them on in here. My Kozy season is almost over, y'all. Almost. And this stuff is so dry. It might be so like stunted from being in that teeny little pocket for so long, but we will see. What else can we put in here? Let's put in, like, I don't even know what that is. I have no clue what this is. Let's put in a cabbage. We'll put that over here. And this has all of this wrapped around it, so it is root bound, but I pinched that off. And I'm going to set this cabbage in here and I'm going to plant it back to the depth it already was. I want to put a zucchini down here. Let's put this Ford Hook zucchini. And yes, y'all, I did say zucchini. Zucchini can get to be a very large plant and you can put them in your green stalks. And there it is. Now this will need trellising, and I'm going to get one of the big round ones to go across the bottom of this pocket or this tier to help support the vining plants. And we'll put another zucchini on this side. So I got a pepper, an eggplant, a cabbage, a cauliflower, and zucchini. Am I missing anything? Anything important? We will put this round zucchini in here. I pull that out the soil. Why do I keep pushing this way over there, knowing I need it? All right, that one's done. Watering disc in. The watering disc, you line the holes up with the pockets. I didn't smush anything, I did good. Where's my little glove? Protect my little pocket. My little drainage hole there. There's some fertilizer in here. I'll have a video very soon, y'all, where I fertilize everything. Everything needs fertilizer so bad. So bad, y'all. Everything's turning yellow. Y'all, don't do as I do as I tell you. That's what my mom always say. Don't do as I do what I say. But I like to use a liquid fertilizer typically every 10 to 14 days. But y'all, it's been raining so much, I have not been able to get out here and do what I really want to do. I'm going to get back on it. I'm hoping the rainy season is about done, hopefully. and I can get back on track and start documenting my fertilizing and all of that kind of stuff in my garden journal. Now we're going to fill in each of the pockets. I have a petunia coming back from last year, so it was self-seeded itself, however you want to say it, but there was a petunia in there last year and there's a petunia in there this year, and I didn't put it there. I don't know what color it is. I had a couple different varieties, but I'm going to let it live in the home that it chose. I'm going to come just across from it and I'm going to add another flower. Somewhere I got flowers. Okay, these are mom's flowers, y'all. Yeah, she got them, but I'm going to use them. I'm not going to use a lot, just a couple flowers. She'll be all right. She won't even miss them. But this is a marigold, and it's very root bound, very, very. I'm going to pinch the bottom of that off to get the roots to start growing again, right? I want to stimulate that root growth. I'm adding Mykos to help with that root growth, where the roots can become one with the soil. That's what I like to tell people. Become one with the soil. Woo, marigolds stink. They stink, they stink. But they do work in the garden. They do a lot of work in the garden. They bring in the pollinators and they keep the critters away because they stink. So I have 2 flowers. That leaves 4 pockets for vegetables. And we have to decide which vegetables we're going to put in here. I got seeds somewhere. I had seeds somewhere. Pretty much everything I'm going to put in is going to be some type of transplant, but I do want to put in a few more collard greens. So I'm going to use these 4 pockets for collard greens, and they'll be able to stay there all year long. I am going to plant Morris heading collard greens in there in all 4 of these pockets. It looks like I put about 7 in there. I know all 7 won't germinate, but I like to come across the front and then put 2 that look like 3, but put a couple just a little farther back. That way I'm kind of spreading them out so they're not all on top of each other. Y'all, I'm down to 3 bags of soil. That's all I got left. We're going to make it work. And the local store is out, which I knew they would be, but they're out. I had somebody tell me that I need to be an affiliate for Happy Frog, and I agree. Happy Frog, reach out to me. Let me help you sell your stuff because I do love it. Y'all, if my head wasn't attached, I would lose it today. I'm all over the place, can't find nothing. So we're going to take a little bit of soil from here and lightly sprinkle it on top of this pocket. And we're going to do that for the 2 pockets over here, and this one will be done. Might be taking too much soil. I have to go rob from Peter to pay Paul to finish this bed off. I like to pat my soil just a little bit, just because the wind will blow the dirt around a little bit, and so that's why I like to do that. Get my glove off. Next watering disc goes in. Add some fertilizer. Cover that hole. Get rid of the root. And y'all seen me do this 100 times. I'm going to go ahead and finish this up, and then I'll tell you what I finally decided to put in the rest of these pockets. But it will be a combination between seeds, transplants, and flowers. I'll bring you back when I make my decisions, y'all. I might have to talk to myself a little bit to figure it out. Well, I guess you've already figured it out. It's another day. I wasn't able to wrap up the shooting because I had an issue, and it's an old issue that I continue to have this year. It started to rain again. It started to rain again, and then it rained the next day all day as well. So we are out here a couple of days later, and I am going to wrap up this video. I have the sun shining and hopefully no rain in sight today. So let's wrap this video up. So the last GreenStalk, the 14th GreenStalk, is set up. It has been set up, and we're good to go. I have original in the bottom, which is the 10-inch deep pocket. So I got big plants down here, and I have squash and cabbage and eggplant down there, I think. And yeah, I think that's it down there. And then this next here is all seeds besides flowers. I put some flowers in there. And you watched me do this one, so won't spend any time on that one. Moving on up to the next level, I put in some silver slicer cucumbers, y'all. Ooh, that's my mom's favorite. I'm growing it in like 3 different places in the garden, so hopefully I'm able to get her some silver slicer cucumbers this year. Here's a picture of it, by the way. Beautiful, delicious white cucumber. I added some impatiens in there, and there's a couple of pockets that I put seeds in that I don't remember what the seeds are now. It's been too many days. And I didn't put a tag in. So for the seeds, oh, I know what it is. Sorrel. I put sorrel in that pocket. Beautiful plant. Here's a picture of the sorrel because it's an absolutely beautiful plant that I had as part of a salad a while back. Beautiful plant. So I did a couple of pockets of that. And then SMR is my favorite cucumber. It's a pickling cucumber. It is a hybrid, but it is my favorite. It usually comes in first, and it usually produces better than everything else. And then just more impatience. As we move up, I had a petunia that decided to volunteer in this GreenStalk this year. So I got petunias, some type of brassica, I don't remember what it is, as well as some marigolds in here and another brassica and 2 more pockets of something. I believe that is Morris heading collard greens like I have down below. And then when we move up to the very top, I have this beautiful flower right here. I've never seen it before, but it's going to put some blooms on it. And my goal is to let it kind of hang down the side. So I put 2 in each pocket. I don't know anything about this flower. What is it? Oh, goodness. It's called a portulata. Portulata. Mm-hmm. Portulaca. It's a full sun plant. It only gets 4 inches high. So if it's only 4 inches high, then it's already longer than that now. My understanding is that it's going to kind of droop down a little bit. At least that's what I'm going for since mom bought them and I'm using them. So I have that in 2 pockets. I have some lettuce, some pitiful looking lettuce in a couple pockets, or yep, in 2 pockets. And then I decided to go ahead and put a couple melons in here because the whole point of this GreenStalk is to show you can grow a variety of things in it. So I have 2 different types of melons in here. I got my Prescott, and here are pictures of the Prescott, as well as the Licio the table or something like that. Here's the picture of that one. The plan is to let them hang down and droop on the trellising that I'm going to put on this planter right now while I have you here, so you can see the type of trellising I'm going to use on here. And I think that's it. That's everything on the planter. We started from seeds as well as transplants in here. I have flowers, I have vegetables, I have fruit, I have squash that's going to get really big. So you're going to get to see a lot of different things on this GreenStalk this year. Now, let me go get the trellising that we're going to use for this GreenStalk. So one of the things I talked about early on was that box of things that I got, my nice, wonderful package that I had been waiting on, and it came with this type of trellising. And this type of trellising does amazing when you only need to trellis like 1 pocket. So if I only needed to trellis this 1 pocket, it would be excellent. For example, Spider done took that pocket over. Anyway, if I wanted to trellis this pocket right here, I could put this in right here and it would take care of just that one pocket of trellising. But when you're dealing with vining plants, that's going to need more than just one pocket of trellising. I prefer to use GreenStalk's original trellising system. Now, it's a little wider and it takes up a little more room, but you need that room to trellis your plant. There's no reason to put trellising on the bottom because these plants are going to get big, and my plan is to start trellising it at the next level. So I'm just giving it a little lift so that I can make sure I hook this right up under that pocket. Some of these I've been using for many years at this point. So it takes 6 of these for every level. And then at that level, I've found a way, at least I think it's easier, to take the 2 pieces like this and lock in 2 pieces first. And then you put that piece on here. And then don't lock this next one in yet. Grab your piece. I prefer to turn this way though. Grab your piece. Put it on the ring first, locking it down, and then attach. And I'm going to do this all the way around until I get to the last one. And so now I'm at the last one. So I'm going to go ahead and lock that piece in and then lift this up to connect it. Well, you gotta make sure your glove's not in there. And now this one is all the way in. And y'all, doesn't it look nice? Wait till these plants down here fill in and start using this. All right, and so that's what I'm going to do at the next couple layers. So let me get those in place. I know I didn't get lucky and get just the right amount. GreenStalk number 14, done. It's been watered in by me and the rain, and all of the plants are in, and now the trellising system's in as well, and we will have trellising to kind of help these plants grow. If you enjoyed the video, please consider subscribing to the channel, liking the video, turning on notifications, sharing the video, checking out other videos, because I have a whole GreenStalk playlist that talks about how I set it up. I have tours. I have everything from how I seed, how I water, to how I fertilize. You can check out that playlist and some of the other videos if you enjoyed this one. Until next time, and I hope there will be a next time that you hang out at Kim's Kozy Corner with me. Bye.